In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this 3D Instagram effect using Photoshop. So let's get started. Hey, what's up guys, Joel here, and as you can see, this is the final output. Actually, I'm going to show you two different versions. One you can see right now, where subject is going from one post to the another one. And the second one is where just at the bottom, single post effect. So whatever you like to create. Now, obviously, before we start this effect, you have to take screenshot of your Instagram page using your mobile phone. It should look like, let me give you an example. I'm going to go to File, Open, and select the screenshot. So here's the one, and open it. Now your goal should be to take a screenshot in a way that you have two posts in a single page. So as you can see, there's a little bit of this post and a little bit of this post. The main portion that we will use is at the middle. So make sure that it looks something like this. Okay, so now you have your screenshot into the Photoshop. What to do next? First of all, we don't need this top portion. You can straight up delete it. So double click on your background, hit OK. After that, get your marquee tool from here and make a selection. Now at first, it will be quite difficult to get the exact selection, right? So what you can do is make sure that the marquee tool is still selected, then right click, and you have to click on transform selection. So transform options will come up. Now you can zoom in and put your selection exactly where you need. So I'll say try to be as precise as possible. So okay, that looks nice. Then you can hit enter to confirm it, and then delete because we don't need it. Then go to select and deselect. Now another problem, we cannot upload photo this long on Instagram. Of course, we have to crop it. So instead of doing it in Instagram, we're gonna do it here, so we know how it will look like. So go and grab your crop tool, and here you have ratios. So in the ratio, go and click on 4:5, and this is the longest photo you can upload on Insta, hands down. So I'm gonna go and confirm it, but before you do that, extremely important, make sure that your delete crop pixel option is off. Otherwise, Photoshop will delete this rest of the photo, and we don't want that. So make sure it is off, then go and confirm it, and the setup is ready. Now we can add in the model. For that, you can go to File and select Place Embedded, and you can select any model that you want to put in. So let's start with this one, the model where it's sitting, and place it and confirm it. Now we need to remove the background, and you can do it any way you like, but for this one I highly recommend using pen tool because it's really complicated background. Okay, we are done with the pen tool, and to turn it into selection, all you have to do is press Command Enter, and it will turn it into a selection. And then you can apply a layer mask. So go and click on this third icon, and the model is out from the background. If you're a beginner, I recommend don't use this type of images because it will be difficult to cut out. Rather than use something with simple background that you can easily select. Now for this one, I want model to be at the bottom. So I'm going to activate my layer 0, get my move tool and put it down. And when you do it, hold your shift key so it doesn't go to the left or right. And you can put it exactly here like this. And to the model, I'm going to go and place her a little bit here. And here's a tip. You can, once you have selected your marquee tool, use your arrow keys to bring her down or up wherever, and zoom in so you can see that she is aligned properly. Of course, it's not gonna be perfect, but try to do your best. And that looks decent. The model is a little bit bigger than I want, so I'm gonna press Command T and make her a bit smaller. Now let's add the background photo. Go to File, Place Embedded, and select any photo that you want to use as background. So I'm going to select this sky, place it, and of course it needs to be under everything. So take this sky and put it under your layer 0, and then I'm going to keep it here. You can press Command T and make it as big as you like and use the perfect portion. Background is ready, model is ready. Now the most important part, creating the contact shadows to sell this effect. Otherwise it looks kind of flat, like she's floating. I don't like that. So for that, activate your layer 0 and create new blank layer. Now this should be above your layer 0, the Instagram screenshot, and under your model. That's it. Then double click here and I'm gonna rename it to contact shadow, and good. After that, right click here and select create clipping mask. Now this has this really nice benefit. Once you get your brush tool, and when you paint, it will only stay on the screenshot. It won't go outside. For example, if I release the screenshot, clipping mask, release clipping mask, and it goes outside everywhere. We don't want that, right? So right click and create clipping mask, and it will only stay there. Clear? Good. So we have layer 0, we have contact shadow layer, and now we can start painting. For that, zoom in and make your brush smaller. Use your bracket keys, and in the opacity, keep it between 15 to 20%. I think 14 looks also good. And then you can start painting like this. At first it will be difficult to see, but once you do it couple more times, it will be visible. So I'm gonna go and keep it here like this. So as you can see, this is with shadow and this is without the shadow. It gives a lot more depth. Another cool thing, if you want to make the shadow stronger, you can press Command J and it will double the amount. You can again right click and create clipping mask, so it will stay there and it is stronger. If you want to make it lighter, so delete this one of course. And on the original one, you can reduce the opacity, so it is a lot more lighter than you need. But I think this one at 100 looks alright. So this is how you do the effect with single post. Now let's do the double post. So for that, let's delete the old stuff. We don't need this model. We don't need this. Oops, we need that one. we need layer 0. Okay. Then let's place the skateboard girl. For that, file and place embedded. And where's the skateboarder? Here, and then place her. Now see, this is a really good photo if you're a beginner, because removing background is super easy here. So you can go and right click here, get your magic wand tool and keep the tolerance default 32 and do a click, and it will do the selection for you. Then to get this inner parts, make sure you are at the add option here, second one, and then do click here and then do another click here. And you're done with the selection. It's that fast. Then we have selected the background, okay? So then go and apply the layer mask. So it is exactly opposite of what we need. So make sure your layer mask is active and then press Command I. So only model is visible, background is gone, easy peasy. Now before we go further, you might have a situation like this. As you can see, it deleted a little bit of the hat and you can bring it back easy. Get your brush tool and right click, make sure hardness is like 70-80% and opacity is 100, and the color here should be white, and you are painting on the mask. Okay, then when you paint, you can bring back the hat like this. Not only that, you can also erase. So let's say I paint a little bit too much, you can go and change to black color, and then you can erase whatever you don't like. It's convenient as hell. So that's done. And for this portion, just right click on your layer mask and select and mask. And in old version, it's a refine edge. So select that. And there, make sure you have the second option selected, the refine brush tool, and then make it smaller and paint here like this. And it will get rid of the white background. Not a big deal. Hit OK. The skateboarder is cut out. It looks very clean. After that, activate your layer 0, get your marquee tool, and then drag it up like this. You know what, let's make the canvas light gray so you can see the post properly. And yeah, better. So model and background setup is ready. Now we can add in the shadows. For that, this one is a little bit different method because we don't have any contact shadows. It's actually model jumping from one post to the another one. So shadow will be in distance. So I'm gonna first of all adjust the model a little bit here where I like. Okay, better. Now to create the shadow, it's actually pretty easy. Make sure your skateboard layer is active, then press Command J so you have a duplicate. After that, right click on layer and then select rasterize layer. Then activate the layer mask, right click and apply layer mask. So here's what you have, just model, that's it. Okay, then go to your image adjustment and then hue saturation, and here in the lightness go and make it -100. So you have this silhouette of the model. Hit OK. Now shadow is going to be under the model, of course. So take this layer and put it under your model and rename it so you don't get confused. After that, bring it out like this wherever you want. You can adjust it later, don't worry too much. So again, I'm going to use my arrow key. Looking pretty good. After that, just like the last time, right click and create clipping mask. Make sure it's exactly on top of your layer 0, so it will only show up there. Now go and reduce the opacity so it blends in a little bit better. Looking nice, but the shadow is way too sharp and it doesn't look that natural. So for that, you can directly apply Gaussian blur or you can turn it into a smart object. So let's make it smart object. I'm gonna right click and convert to smart object, then go to filter, blur and Gaussian blur, and then add a little bit of blur until it looks natural to you. So I'm gonna keep it to 5.6, looks okay, and let's adjust it again. I reduced the opacity a little bit more and now it looks better. The biggest advantage of turning it into a smart object is that now you can double click on your Gaussian blur and change it however you like, more, less, whatever you prefer. So 5 pixel, okay, looks nice. And that's it. This is how you can create your 3D Instagram photos. And best thing is that this is nothing, like you can be much more creative using this technique, and you can also be very subtle. For example, look at this, nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just little bit of hand comes out and little bit of head goes out of the frame. I just added this white strip to create that illusion. And another thing, if you want to check out like how it will look on Instagram before uploading, kind of easy thing to do. Look at this. I went to my Instagram profile and I took a screenshot of a post that was also 4:5. Like I know because I uploaded it that this is also 4:5 photo. So you take the screenshot, you bring it into the Photoshop, right? Then you go to your this file and you save it as JPG. Then you come back here and then you place it here. You can go to file and place embedded and you can place that file, and then you can check if it looks really nice or not just by putting it on top of it. So look at how this is gonna look. Then here's the same photo but with different background, and then there's this one. So this way you can check in advance how it will look on Instagram. It was very useful for me as well when I was trying to decide what files to use for this tutorial. And also you can place in any photo and see how it will look on your Instagram feed. Really neat technique. So that's pretty much it, and I really hope that you guys learned something from this video. If you did, hit that like button, and if you want to check out more videos by me, you can click on any of these boxes, and you can also subscribe to my channel. So every time I upload a new video, you will get an update. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.